Oh, well, thank you for joining us. I'm going to be looking this lesson, this snippet, at a problem to do with inverse and direct proportion. Now, whenever we have a proportion question, we have what's known as a particular ratio. Now, ratios are used when we have two values that put the story together. Now, there's two types of proportions that I'm going to be looking at, and that is a direct proportion and an indirect proportion. Now, a direct proportion is when, as one variable increases, the other also increases. An indirect proportion is, as one value increases, the other value is in fact decreasing. Now, it's always important to know, is the solution going to be increasing from our original value, or is our solution going to be decreasing? And it's useful to know that. So here's a story, and this story is going to be talking about an indirect proportion. Now let's say that the story says 52 army soldiers are needed to move a shipment of material into the storehouse, and it takes them 8 hours to move a shipment of material into the storehouse. So we've got a storehouse. It's a very long storehouse because there's a lot of equipment, and there is a truck that's pulled up, and it has a lot of material in the truck, and all the soldiers have to take the products from out of the truck and stack it into the storehouse. So let us ask this question: how many army soldiers will be needed if we want to do the job in 5 hours? Now, here's my question. Do we need more soldiers to do the job in 5 hours, or do we need less than 52 army soldiers to do the job in 5 hours? Now, just because we want to do it in less time does not mean we will have less soldiers. That is what would happen in a direct proportion. But this particular story, we want to reduce the time, so therefore we've got to increase the number of soldiers. So that's an indirect proportion. As one increases, the other decreases, or as one decreases, the other increases. And this story requires us to multiply, and we're going to use the ratio 8:5. Now, there's two ratios we can make with 8 and 5. We can make 8:5, or we can make 5:8. Now, if we multiply by 8:5, now that's the same as multiplying by 8:5, our answer will get bigger. If we multiply by 5:8, then our value, when we multiply by a number bigger than 1, your answer will get bigger. When you multiply a number which is less than 1, then your value will get smaller. So whenever you multiply something by 5/8, you will reduce the answer. If you multiply something in the ratio of 8:5, you will get a bigger answer. So which of those two fractions are we going to use? So our solution is, we have 52 soldiers, and we want to increase the number of soldiers. So we have to choose to multiply by 8/5. If you multiply by 8/5, you will get a bigger answer than 52. So you pick up your calculator, you go 52 times 8:5, and you get approximately, well, the answer on the calculator is 83.2. So we can't have 0.2 soldiers. So we will say we need approximately, let's just say 83 soldiers will do. Okay, it'll take us a little bit more than 5 hours, but 83 soldiers is our solution for this question. So I hope this has helped. The whole concept is know, will you need more than 52 or less than 52? And yes, we do. So therefore, multiply by the big number on top, not the small number on top. It has to be greater than 1. So if you take 52, multiply it by 8/5, you will get an answer bigger than 52. Of course, you will get an answer smaller than 52 if you multiply by 5/8. The two values are 8 and 5 hours. The story says, part 1, it's an 8-hour story. Part 2, we want to do it in 5 hours. So using these two numbers, we make a ratio out of 8 and 5. And we have to choose the correct ratio to get our correct solution. All right, I hope this has helped. Until I talk to you again, stay happy.